For this project, you're going to create a contour still life drawing. I want you to use your 18 by 24 inch drawing paper. Gather at least 5 objects. Select 2 to 3 organic shaped objects and 2 to 3 non-organic shaped objects. Take some time to arrange your setup and make sure that you draw large and take up your entire page. Here's my setup. My organic shapes are the potted plant and the banana, and the non-organic shapes are my very impressive 5-pound weight, the spray bottle, and a wine bottle. I set my composition up fairly centered with the large pot in the middle. The weight and the banana are angled towards the middle using compositionally implied lines. Objects are placed overlapping, with the wine bottle being the farthest. The weight is the closest. Once you're happy with your setup, start sketching. I'm starting with the horizon line, which in this case is the table, and I'm throwing in a mark for the center line on my paper. This will help me place things quickly. In this drawing, I'm going to work from the center out, starting with the largest object. From there, I'll rough everything else in, starting with the angle of the weight. We will get into more precise measuring and sighting techniques later in the course. To start this drawing, I'm sketching with simple shapes. The weight is a hexagon, but for now I can use a circle to lay in a sketch of the overall shape of the object. Continue this process with each object. I'm working middle out and back to front. For the sketch, I'm going to throw everything in. I'm making a mark for the bottom of the water bottle, even though it will be hidden by the banana. So it doesn't have to be 100% accurate, just sort of guessing where it is. Take your time sketching. You'll likely have to do quite a bit of erasing and resketching. Just work it until it looks about right. After you're satisfied with your sketch, look closely at the shape of each object. For now, we're working only with lines, so no value in these drawings. So now I'm drawing specific lines using the sketched guidelines that I laid in. For the line drawing, I'm going to invert the order that I work, front to back. So I'm starting with the hexagon shape of the weight, then moving on to the shape of the banana. Here I am including an implied line on one corner of the banana peel. I'll continue making line drawings of the rest of my objects. You can see the pattern on the leaves helps define the shape of the plant. I started by placing all my leaves first, then adding the details to the plant. For the pot, I decided to simplify the shape and leave the text off. I did include some of the lines that run top to bottom on the pot to help define the shape and add some texture. I also included a couple of lines for the horizontal lips, as well as some details on the top of the pot. You can see here I went back and added some details to the banana in the stem and some marks since my fruit was rather ripe. I filled in the top of the wine bottle as well as a little detail on my very fancy bottle of 2-buck Chuck. There's still no shadows in this drawing to define the form. I'm relying solely on line. I think those little details help balance out the overall composition of my drawing. So now I can erase my sketch and I'm left with my final contour drawing.